Yeah.
All right. How's
Yeah.
everything going?
Great, great. Yeah. We already did the kindergarten stuff for the day, so kids are settled down, relaxing a little
In
bit.
here. I think we're in the home stretch. I think they said that the last day is June 2nd, so crazy. Such
Yeah.
crazy times. But we made it
Yeah.
somehow.
Yes.
How was your Memorial Day weekend? Good?
It was good. It was good. We had great weather out here, so we had the pool set up. The girls swam for about 5 hours, got them all tired out. So it was good.
That's amazing. I know we had our water table. We had this massive um, unicorn sprinkler that my brother-in-law gave us, and my kids loved it. So,
It's awesome. We gotta look for one of those.
oh my gosh, everyone in our neighborhood actually thought it was like a lawn ornament or something, but luckily it was a sprinkler. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
All right. Do we feel like we should get started here? I can just
Yeah.
kick it off.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Cooking Together by My Food and Family. This is an Instagram live series where we are just hoping to help you through these very strange times, like Ed and I were talking about, whatever you're going through, and mostly equip you with the skills so that you can conquer your kitchen during this time at home. And during this time, we're going to be making some really fun recipes, sharing a lot of tips, and as always in the kitchen, having a lot of fun. My name is Sarah Young, and I'm part of the Kraft Heinz culinary team. So if you've been tuning in, you've seen a lot of me and Lauren. Today we are going live with Ed of Dward Cooks, and we are going to be making a really tasty recipe, slow cooker Italian stuffed peppers. So Ed's going to be doing the cooking. I'm just going to be sharing some tips along the way. We're going to be chatting, and we're going to show you how to make this super simple recipe.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna get started right now and take the tops off the peppers.
Okay?
So what I'm doing right now is just using a smaller knife and cutting the top. If you go all the way around and give it a twist, you just take everything out and then get a little bit more of the seeds and the ribs out. But it's
That's
super
awesome.
simple.
That's perfect. That was a really clean
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah. So it looks like this, and then you're gonna put all the filling where you get that together, and then let the slow cooker do its work. Yeah.
And you're using red peppers. I mean, you could definitely use any peppers. You know, I know now they sell like tricolor packs. So that's
Mm-hmm.
like what I was able to find. I'm a big fan of red, orange, yellow peppers. I love their sweetness, and I think it's a nice complement to the turkey Italian sausage in this recipe.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then speaking of the Italian sausage, I don't know about you, but my supermarkets they don't always have the Italian sausage,
Uh-huh.
so I like to actually make my own. Um, Using it's like a pound of like lean ground turkey, I do about a tablespoon Italian seasoning, half tablespoon of smoked paprika, a little bit of garlic, fennel, red pepper, just mix it all together. It tastes great. So that's what I have going on right here.
That's an awesome tip. I mean, I feel like any of those sort of at-home spice mixtures that you can make. I was actually talking yesterday on my live about kind of spices that you can keep on hand, and I always have stuff that I can make my own taco seasoning too, just in case I run out. Frankly, it's just it's easy to whip up.
Definitely, definitely. I try to make a lot of my own spices. I feel like smoked paprika is something that I wind up putting in almost everything. It's one of my favorite things I have on hand. But
I love it too. It adds a great pop of flavor. So are
yeah.
you just chopping those pepper tops?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool.
Just trying to make sure that no food waste whatsoever, especially during these times. Yeah.
Yeah, I always kind of sneak a few as a snack. I don't know about you.
Yes, I love them. My one daughter has been really curious about them. She was asking today, like, are those ones really spicy? Are they the sweet ones? So she's
These are, yeah, these are like a go-to snack for us. I feel like the kids can just, they munch on them all the time. And they're just so sweet.
yes.
So this mixture that's going to go into,
Say that again. I don't think I could hear it.
if you can't find turkey sausage or you don't want to use sausage, you could absolutely use extra lean ground beef. We were thinking maybe you could use ground chicken as well and use kind of the same spices. And it's going to have some rice in it. The pepper tops, I think that Ed is chopping
Yep.
up, we're going to go in.
Yeah. So I'm gonna add all the other stuff in here. I've got one small chopped onion.
Okay.
That right in there. I've got my brown rice. Now this is a quick brown rice. A little bit of oregano, some fresh garlic, and then I'm going to be adding two of my favorite craft ingredients. So this is the Classico pizza sauce. I got the fire roasted sauce, which this is my favorite kind. Really like that. And then I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of the Kraft grated Parmesan cheese, which we always have that shaper cheese on. So, mix it all together.
Where are you at? How much did you make while I was gone?
So I mixed everything together. And I was just telling them one of my favorite things to do with these leftovers is if I have leftovers, I like to chop everything up, roll them up in tortillas, and then make enchiladas out of them.
Oh, that's an awesome idea. I actually love the fact that this recipe doesn't require any cooking ahead of time. So sometimes, like when you use ground meat in the slow cooker, you have to cook it ahead of time because it'll have, maybe a little bit more fat, but because it's so lean, the ground turkey, I think it's a really easy mixture to make the night before. You don't have to do really any cooking ahead of time. It's really just fill them up and go.
Yeah. Actually, I'm filling up the last bit right now. And I was telling them that this mixture makes a lot. You could even maybe sneak by and get a 4th pepper if you'd like out of that, but I got 3 packed to the max. I'm going to add a little bit more sauce and cheese for this, just to then get it all in the slow cooker.
Awesome. And did you find pizza sauce? I actually couldn't find pizza sauce. So I think you could just use some Classico pasta sauce, whatever you have on hand.
Yeah. I was able to find the Classico sauce. So we've had the original, but recently we've been trying the fire roasted pizza sauce, which is really good. I like to actually have some of this on hand if I'm putting pizza on the grill. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of fire roasted diced tomatoes. They're like one of my favorite things to add to minestrone soup or like, really any. I just love that fire roasted flavor.
Yeah.
So what do you think would be good to serve alongside? I personally always kind of struggle with, I think stuffed peppers are sometimes a hard one because they usually have, a grain or something inside them.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, a salad or even some garlic bread would be really nice with this.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like to have either like a salad. I like to add like a lot of arugula to my salad, especially with these kind of stuffed peppers because that's like a nice bite to it. My girls, no matter what, I could be serving anything, and they'll ask for mac and cheese, or they will be asking for French fries. But like
I
all
was
the
actually thinking about making some like Southwest stuffed peppers this week, and I thought those would be really good with cornbread muffins on the side, which are always a hit in my house. They're kind of, sweet, and sometimes I add in some extra corn. So awesome. So how long are these going to cook?
So These, if you're doing it on low, it'll be 6 to 8 hours, and then if you're doing it on high, it'll be about 2.5 to 3.5 hours.
Okay, perfect. So they'll be ready for dinner tonight.
Oh yeah, and I've got nowhere to go, so I'm gonna keep these low and slow. Now, I've already used most of my sauce, but I'm gonna top this with a little bit more sauce and a little bit more cheese before turning everything on.
Yeah, and if you can't find the Italian 5 cheese, you could definitely just use a part skim mozzarella
Yeah.
as a substitute. We do have some questions coming in, Ed, about, do you have any suggestions on how consumers can keep the calories low on recipes like this or others?
Sure. So this is already a pretty lean meal with it being with brown rice and turkey. I typically use 99% lean turkey when I'm doing my turkey sausage, which is great. And then even with that, like, it's not a lot of cheese, so this is gonna make 6 servings, about a cup and a half of cheese altogether. But you could definitely use like a 2% cheese or like part skim, and it'll be great. So especially if they have the Philadelphia cream cheese in that craft cheese that you're using, it's really melty and delicious.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
That's a great tip. Great tip. Do you see any questions coming in on?
Yeah, let me check. I don't see any questions.
I was mentioning that I was going to do like a Southwest stuffed pepper. If anyone's looking for more recipes, we have so many different stuffed pepper recipes on myfoodandfamily.com that you can check out. I was browsing the other day. I saw some jambalaya stuffed peppers. So using a lot of pantry staples with beans and rice.
Yeah, and then stuffed peppers are a really good thing for like leftovers too. So we still have a little bit of leftover corn from like our Memorial Day cookout. So if I was to do like a Southwestern one, I might shave off some corn from like a grilled piece of corn, maybe add some black beans, a little bit of chipotle if I want to kind of kick it up a notch. Maybe save one without that for the girls, but they're great. Like they're super flexible.
They really are. They're so versatile. They can really, they're just a really great canvas. Like the pepper is just a great vessel for any combination. So you could do taco, you could do like cheeseburger stuffed. I think that would actually be super tasty with, some ground beef and like ketchup and mustard and, some of those flavors with cheese on top, Southwest stuffed peppers, like I said. So really the sky is the limit. If you are looking for more variations, head over to My Food and Family, and there's just thousands of recipes for you to look at. We have a couple questions about sauteing the turkey. So we're making these slow cooker Italian stuffed peppers, and Ed just placed them in the slow cooker. So we did not cook the turkey ahead of time. He just mixed it raw with the instant quick cooking rice and the sauce and some onion, I think. And really all that got stuffed in the pepper. So it's all going to cook together. Let's see, the rice, asking if the rice is pre-cooked. The rice was not pre-cooked, was it?
No.
Yeah, no. So it's just quick cooking rice. So you definitely want to make sure that you're not buying, rice that takes quite a bit longer, like 30 minutes to cook. Definitely look for instant rice, instant brown rice when you're shopping for this recipe.
Yeah. And then if you were to do this in the oven rather than the slow cooker, all you would have to do is you would have to cook the peppers a little bit in the oven first. And then if you were browning meat or if you're using leftover meat, leftover rice, that way the peppers are still soft by the time you're cooking. So this is going to be cooking on low for 6 to 8 hours. So if you were to roast these in the oven first, they still keep their shape, and then you would be able to kind of fill it and then top it with the cheese, give it a nice broil, and it'll be perfect.
Awesome. And Ed, how many? Your slow cooker looks about the same size as mine.
Yeah.
It's like a 6 to 8 quart, right? Were you
Yeah.
able? Do you feel like there's room for more in there? Do you think you could double this recipe?
You could easily double this recipe. So if I move them around, I could easily fit like another 3 in there.
Okay. Yeah. So if anyone wants to make a double batch, so this recipe serves 6, 1/2 of a pepper each. And honestly, peppers are pretty big, and you're gonna get, a good amount of food with that, half pepper. So if you do want to double it, if you have a bigger crowd coming over, a bigger family, and you have a large enough slow cooker, highly recommend doubling this because the leftovers are going to be great.
Yeah. And like you were saying earlier, you could set all this up like the night before. You could actually do this as like a meal prep. I like to, instead of cooking everything on like a Sunday, if I'm like doing like a meal prep, I like to set everything up and then cook it throughout the week. So this would be something great to like mix together and then just be ready to go. That way when you go to cook it, it's fresh, it's delicious, and
yeah, I agree with that. I mean, if I'm not going to meal prep, I would definitely put this together the night before. And then just because even, 15, 20 minutes, even though it doesn't seem like a lot in the morning when I'm like trying to get out the door, well, when I was getting out the door to go to work, even that was a little hectic. So I would do this the night before and then just pop the insert in and head out the door. It's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're going to have a delicious dinner tonight. And I might whip it up as well because I picked up a lot of these ingredients as well. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I am so sorry about the technical difficulties. I saw some of your comments that your ears were screeching. So my apologies for all the technical difficulties. Please continue to tune in. Lauren will be here tomorrow and Friday. Talking about some pantry staples and some really great recipe ideas. So until then, let's all keep cooking together. Thanks so much, Ed.
Thank you.